Okay, day 45. My human suit feels weird today. Some of you will get that. um, so, I'm noticing that I'm noticing like I can like so for instance today my mind was pretty busy. Like I had to keep I felt like I was constantly going thought. But the cool thing about it is while my mind was busy, I was able to not attach to the thoughts, which I've noticed has had a huge impact with like everything. So like for instance, yesterday, for a brief period of time, I lost my wallet. And normally something like that would have set me off into like a complete and utter frantic panic. And I wouldn't have been able to hear anyone talking to me, and I would have been like very focused on the fact that I lost my wallet. Instead, my response was like, it's somewhere. And I was able to continue enjoying the people I was with. I didn't rush home to go look for it. Yeah, it was on my mind. Yes, there was some concern, but I wasn't attached to it. So it didn't consume me. I was still able to listen to my podcast on the way back. I wasn't attached. I just noticed that this was a thing, but I knew it was somewhere, and I just had a sense. I felt fine. And then sure enough, I found it. Like, no big deal. So I could have wasted so much energy and time on something so stupid and trite while missing out on the things around me. Because that's often what would happen. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I can see how the benefits are happening there. I also want to go down, I want to kind of rant a little bit. I hope that's okay. For all the nerds around, like, into, like, quantum physics and stuff. Well, wait, first, like, before I go there, hang on. The other thing I noticed is, like, while I'm doing this process, while I kept, like, going, okay, thought, recognizing that I'm thinking, there was an appreciation for the recognition that I was thinking. So every time I noticed, I felt my inside smile. Like, it was like, instead of like beating myself up or like getting angry at myself for having thoughts, like, it's just human. Instead of getting angry about it, like, oh, I'm failing meditation, I suck. It wasn't like that at all. It was just like thought. Oh, good job, you've noticed the thoughts. And I just, in my inside, smiled and had such a great appreciation for the process of recognizing that I was having that. Does that make sense? Smile though your heart is... Yeah. So that's what was happening inside. I just did that today. That's so weird. Anyways, so now for my nerd rant. So I was talking to a friend last night on the phone about this, but I feel that, like, I've had this sort of confidence in myself with this particular thing since I was a little child. So I always felt like part of the reason, like, I was always able to, like, even as a kid, like 6-year-old, even probably even a little younger, I could look at an instrument and I just knew how to play it. Like, I could just, like, look at something, pick it up and figure it out and play it by ear. There was no, like, doubt about it for me. And I think it was because I was just totally, like, trusting this thing outside of self. So, like, I was always just in touch with intuition, right? So that trust and intuition, while it was very much related to music because I was so passionate about it, I've noticed that throughout my life, I've been able to incorporate that in different ways. So, okay, I think every single thing abides by a code. everything, nature, humans, every single thing, you know, the Fibonacci code, the law of attraction, like everything abides by a code. And for me, I think I figured out the code of like when it's kind of like relating to like maybe music creativity is kind of the code that I feel like I don't want to say mastered, but I'm really good at. So I was able to apply that in other areas of my life. So for instance, in like 2011, 2012, I could hardly turn on a computer. I sucked so bad with anything technological. I couldn't, I was bad with anything musically tech, like plugging things in. Like I couldn't do shit with technology, right? Today, not only did I go back to school for music technology, like a few years after that, I'm so I'm such a tech nerd, so tech savvy that like now with it, and I mean I've got lots to learn still, but I felt as though once I was able to go, oh, this is the same as just playing an instrument. I just have to treat this is just another code. I've mastered this code. I just have to apply that same code to this. So I followed that same intuition to the point where, you know, now I'm like doing music production. I'm doing so much tech. It's like become another world of it, to the point that in 2020 I had people contacting me asking me for advice on how to hook up their virtual stuff to do live music concerts. And I just was able to figure it out because I understood that this is like another. Does that make sense? I don't know. I was also able to kind of incorporate that even before that with this like music business. So everything, and I'm not saying like, so the reason I'm telling you this is I feel that everyone has this. Everyone has this knowledge. It's just trying to understand the less about the verbiage of whatever it is you're passionate about and whatever it is that you're doing. Don't get caught up on the words and the technical terms for it. You have an intuition about the thing that you're doing. You can apply that same intuition, this code. You can understand that everything has a code. And in hindsight, that same intuition can be applied to it so you can do whatever the fuck you want. Is it too much? I hope I didn't like lose people here. I know this is a long video, but I just was really excited about this and had to nerd out about it because I feel like it's something I really believe in. I'm going to post a video. Oh yeah. I'm going to put a link to a video, a talk that I did called, I call it Martial Arts of the Mind. And it was a talk I did, and I want to, maybe it will help kind of elaborate a little bit more on why I think this way. Also, what you do for you, this is very important. Whatever the self-growth, the time that you spend on investing in yourself, showing up for yourself, is so important. Not only to yourself, but to everything around you. And here's why. We are made up of stardust. Okay? That's just scientific fact. Iron, right? We are made up of that. We are made up of the same stuff that the universe, everything is made up of. We are a part of the universe, right? So when you learn about you, when you heal you, when you show up for you, that's the same as the universe doing that for itself. So essentially, the more you grow, the more you learn, the better you become, the more the universe evolves, the better the universe becomes. And I think that's why we're here. We kind of keep repeating these cycles, and why some people are kind of waking up more to this idea is because the universe is learning about itself, which also defies all space and time. I'm done. I'm sorry. I will go on. I'm going to go on this tangent a bit more later with some other stuff, but I just needed to get that out a little bit more. So, I hope I didn't lose you. All right. Smile.